The Kardashians literally come from Cain's lineage and are vampiric reptilians, the serpent seed, and I can show you easily. The Armenian name Kardash translates to stonemason or stonecutter, derived from kar, stone, and dash, to cut and fashion. The surname Kardashian, ending in ian, meaning son of, literally signifies the descendants of a stonecutter, indicating a traditional family occupation. In Masonic legend, Tubal-Cain is recognized as a crucial descendant of Cain from the lineage of Lamech and Zillah, who is considered the father of metallurgy and by extension a founder of craftsmanship/masonry, described in Genesis 4:22 as the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron, and he is often associated with the secrets of the craft. He is frequently associated with the mastery of metalworking and is used as a password in several Masonic rites. Tubal-Cain and his siblings Jabal, Jubal, and Nama appear in the old charges, foundational documents of Masonry, as the initiators of various arts and sciences. Now that's their dad's name. Their mom's name is Houghton, which is an Old English habitational origin originating in the 12th century to denote someone from various places named Houghton or Houghton in England, and derived from the Old English words hill or spur of land, and it ends up meaning settlement on a hill. But look at their coat of arms. It literally has the bull head on the top of it. Now the family crest origins is from Cheshire, England, and is generally described as a silver bull's head couped, often charged on the neck with 3 black sable bars. The associated coat of arms feature a black sable shield with 3 horizontal silver bars, another common variant including silver shield with 3 black bars. This is her mom in 2024 on the left. This is her mom in 2025 on the right. This is literally impossible unless they're feasting off of humans' blood to do this. The new movie Dracula that just came out, 2026, look at Dracula. This is Vlad the Impaler, and he said he was cursed by God and that God would not let him die. In the Bible, Cain was cursed by God, and he is worried about people unaliving him. And God literally said that he'd put a mark on Cain so that people would not unalive him. This is him after he fed off of multiple nuns' blood in the movie, and he became youthful again. He went from this to this. She went from this to this. Yes, Kim Kardashian famously underwent a vampire facial or blood facial in 2013, which was featured on an episode of Courtney and Kim Take Miami. The procedure, technically known as a platelet-rich plasma facial, involves drawing blood from the patient's arm, separating the plasma, then injecting or applying it onto the face using tiny needles, microneedling, to promote collagen production and reduce signs of aging. This is literally what she looked like. Now they say they're using their own plasma, and they say it because of this. The procedure is considered safe when performed by a qualified licensed medical professional, all these ones, in a facility that adheres to strictly safe sterilization protocols. Using someone else's blood or improperly handling the equipment can impose serious health risks, including transmission of blood-borne illnesses like HIV and hepatitis. Always ensure the provider of rigorous safety practices uses the correct FDA-approved equipment for processing the blood. Now, these are the locations of plasma centers and the proportion of population living below 100% poverty level. Look at all these plasma centers. And you know what's funny? They literally said in there not to use other people's blood for HIV and hepatitis and all this. They test you for all that stuff in those plasma centers to make sure you got none of it. You wonder why. Approximately 80% of the U.S. plasma donation centers are located in lower income neighborhoods, forming a $19.7 billion industry that heavily relies on financial vulnerable donors. These centers, often found in strip malls, provide $30 to $70 per visit, totaling up to $400 a month, which donors use for essentials like rent, food, and bills. While offering critical income and reducing local crime rates, this model is frequently criticized for exploiting poor Americans. You don't go from looking like this to like this unless you're using the blood. Just like this looks a lot like this, because they're not really human. These are the serpent seed. Now, to completely tie this all together, this movie is about Vlad the Impaler. King Charles III is a direct descendant of Vlad the Impaler, the 15th century Romanian ruler and inspiration for Dracula through his great-grandmother, Queen Mary of Teck. King Charles has joked about his familial connection and has a deep affection for Romania, even owning a farmhouse in the Transylvanian region. The Kardashians are distantly related to British royalty, including King Charles III, who's related to Vlad the Impaler through Scottish ancestry on Kris Jenner's side. Research indicates a connection to Robert Roy MacGregor, an 18th century Scottish outlaw, and earlier Scottish monarchs, making them technically distant relatives of the royal family. The connection stemmed from Kris Jenner's lineage, specifically her great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, Thomas Mackie, who emigrated from Scotland to America in 1670. In the vampire folklore, particularly in the Vampire Masquerade World of Darkness, this video game, Cain is considered the first original vampire. Cursed by God for unaliving his brother Abel, he was doomed to wander the land of Nod, eventually meeting Lilith, who taught him to harness his curse into dark powers. He is often cited as the progenitor of all vampire bloodlines, known as the father of the Cainites. This isn't technically from the Bible, but they base this story of vampires off of the Bible, because Cain was literally the serpent seed, and he is the vampire. Just like she uses blood that she injects into her face from these plasma donation centers. Just like Vlad the Impaler went like this in the movie to this in the movie. Kris Jenner went from this to this. Kim looks like this. Vlad the Impaler looks like this. And at this point, they don't even got to go out and start taking people left and right, because they're just getting donations so people can keep their head above water. Stop donating your blood here. Stop donating in general. All we are doing is feeding these vampiric parasites who worship Bel